Welcome to the Golf Podcast Live. I'm your host, Raphael. I'm with Michael as usual. I'm in Toronto. He's in Vancouver. And we're with our good friend, Len Mattiace, the two-time winner on the PGA Tour, Nissan Open, and the FedEx St. Jude. And he's also the founder of the Len Mattiace Foundation. Len, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot. Good to be with you guys again. Always fun
Hey,
to be
Len,
with you guys.
appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
How's the weather out there?
It's good. Well, everything in Florida is going well. And my foundation's doing really good. I also play on the Champions Tour. I played 6 events last year, so
Amazing.
looking to build on that, trying to get better finishes, trying to get in more tournaments to kind of get on a roll. But in the meantime, taking advantage of my free time and, just raising awareness for my foundation in Jacksonville. And if I can just say, everything we do is centered around kids in Jacksonville. And we're really proud that nobody takes a salary. Nobody gains money off the foundation. So a lot of times you hear about these foundations where a lot of money are going to the non-programming, and we're 100% for our programming. So what we do is we have golf events for the First Tee of North Florida. So we raise money and awareness for the First Tee of North Florida, which is a great kids group. They reach over 100,000 kids in the North Florida area. So that's a great grow the game golf. And also what we do at the same time is we have a Stop the Bullying campaign. So that has nothing to do with golf. We're in 3 different counties, 50 different middle schools that we focus on.
That's amazing.
And we pass messages along of stop bullying and everything to do with kindness, compassion, and inclusion. So and middle schools we know is a very important age to kind of make sure that those kids are on the right track as they go into high school and college. So we're really proud of what we're doing. We have over 20 board members with the foundation that are passionate what we're doing. And we have a big event coming up in March for our fundraiser to be able to have these programs with these kids.
Oh, that's amazing. And you're right that the middle school is when the kids get a little meaner, isn't it? Right. So it's a great presence that you're building there.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks. I was told by the superintendents of our 3 counties, school superintendents, that if you can focus on middle school age, that 7th and 8th grade age, really, and send these messages and kind of, let kids know it's cool to stand up, and do the right things and not kind of pile on when they hear those comments and behaviors that are repetitive, negative things, to kind of turn that around. And if we can reach kind of the 80, 90% of kind of, the bulk of the kids, then we're going to really turn that environment around for the kids and make it safer, make it more enjoyable to go to school.
Yeah, no,
Well, that's wonderful.
How is the initiative grown? You're at 50 schools, and the last time you had you on, I can't remember where you're at, but it sounds like you've increased quite a bit.
We have. We've now gone to 3 counties in the Jacksonville area, and Jacksonville is a huge, wide expanse city. 50 different middle schools. So last time when we were on, we were at 30 middle schools, and now we've added another county. So everybody maybe knows about the Jacksonville Jaguars and that famous Duval. That's one of our counties, Duval County. And then we have the other 2 counties, St. John's and Clay County. So we've grown. We think we're going to kind of hold it there for a while with these 3 counties and make sure that we reach a higher percentage of kids in those 50 middle schools. We're talking about 50,000 kids that are just in these middle schools. So we've got our work cut out for us to reach those kids.
Well, that's wonderful. We're certainly going to circle back and talk about the details for your foundation. But, Mike and I used to be roommates in the mid-90s. And in the mid-90s, golf was really interesting. One of the topics that come up once in a while is your tournament at the Buick Challenge, I believe. And there was a 5-man playoff. It was, I think it was Funk and Davis Love, John McGuinness, and Bradley took it, I think. What do you recall from that playoff? It was a very exciting tournament.
It was. I mean, that was 96, if I've got the year right, 96 fall. And I was kind of right on the edge of keeping my card. So when the first 2 rounds happened, after 2 rounds, I was tied for the lead Friday night, So Saturday was a very pressure packed kind of moving day, like, are you going to keep playing well or maybe not have such a good day? And it was a total washout because of a hurricane that was kind of now hovered over the southeast part of the United States. Saturday was a total wash. So Sunday comes in, and again, that storm system never moved. And we waited till about 3 o'clock to decide that the field couldn't play. So the rules official said, playoff for the 5 guys, go to 18. And they had to move the tee up about 40 yards because the middle of the fairway was underwater, as evidence of the hurricane for 2 days. So instead of maybe a hole of maybe 450 yards, we played it probably 400 yards. And what comes to mind is Davis Love, who would probably be favored in those 5 guys that you mentioned. He hit it far right off the tee in a bush. So he was gone. I mean, so now it's 4 guys, and I hit a great drive down the middle and right side of the fairway, and I hit an 8-iron about 12 feet from the hole. So I was actually looking the best. I think me and John McGinnis were the closest. And like you say, I think it was Michael Bradley who made about a 35, 40-foot putt first. And then we both missed our putts, and lo and behold, it was over. But that tournament vaulted me to keep my card, for the 96. That was my second year on tour. And it kind of propelled me to have 97, 98, 99, 2000 years that I kept improving, going up the money list.
And that's crazy because that brought you right up into the Masters, where you had the runner-up finish at the 2003 Masters. So pretty incredible.
Don't mention that, Raf. He's tired of hearing about
that. Oh, it's a huge accomplishment. Yeah. I mean, it's to finish second at a major is, if they only had podiums in golf like in other sports, right? It'd be fantastic.
Well, certain tours they do.
Yes, that's right.
Cover my chest.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, look, we're just going to circle back. The Len Mattiace Foundation. It's at the Yards, I believe. Ticket info, you could go to JC, that's JAYCIE .lmf@gmail.com for information. It's in Verta Beach in Florida, March 9th, 7 to 10 p.m. And all funds raised go to Stop the Bullying campaign, like you mentioned. And a big shout out to Morgado Automotive Group for helping you out with that, like they do every year. So that's wonderful. Hopefully we could attend one of these years, Len, and get a game of golf in.
Yeah, you guys are always welcome. Let me know. And, where we have it this year is a half mile from TPC Sawgrass. So it's a great location in Ponte Vedra Beach. And again, all the money raised goes to the kids. So we try and put on a really good event, trying to showcase what we're doing, take care of a lot of our sponsors that donate. And again, 100% of the money goes to the kids.
Well, that's rare with charities, and people don't realize that. And you give to a certain foundation, and a lot of it gets soaked up in administrative costs, and which are real for a charity. So it's actually, you're quite unique when you're able to give all that money to a good cause. So
yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, we pride ourselves on that, and I'm in a position where I can do that, and love to do it. And a lot of times, like you say, you hear that 60%, 70%, 75% goes to the charity. We're 100%. So that's how we roll, and and we're fortunate to do it. And again, so we're connecting right with the kids with all the money raised.
And what's really cool in each of these sponsorship tiers is there's a round with you at TPC Sawgrass, which sounds great. So
right, yeah, and I'm able to do that, donate my time. If sponsors want to give a certain amount of money, which I think is at the $5,000 level or above, then I'll be able to play with that group at TPC, and. It's just another thing that we do, a little bit special, a little bit different compared to other foundations and charities.
How did it go last year with your with bringing out some amateurs in the sponsors? Any fun stories of having them on the golf course? Or
well,
did you get a warning letter from?
Well, this year we've actually increased more value to the sponsors. So again,
Yeah.
what we do is a little different. Nowadays you're hearing that you're getting less money, less value for your money. We're doing the opposite. We're increasing our value for the money, so we're giving away more tickets and more value to the sponsorship. So that's, it's another thing that sets us apart. But when the people go play TPC in a group like that, they're so nervous, like I just played a couple weeks ago at TPC with a group that came from Minneapolis, sponsors of the foundation, and they couldn't sleep the night before because they were so nervous. And they share with me on the first tee. One guy goes, I'm so nervous. My legs are shaking. I couldn't sleep at all. And that's it really, makes the trip. It's like, wow, that's really cool, to know that it's that important to them to want to play well. And everybody goes and plays, but they all want to play that 17th hole, the island
absolutely.
green.
Well, look,
they
not,
can't
not
wait.
only that, Len, it's the flagship event on the PGA Tour. And really, it's a major for the PGA Tour membership. And so for people to go and play that, it's an excellent experience. Everybody wants to do it, and you got memories for life because it keeps on going back to the same golf course, and it has that same nostalgic feeling that the Masters does because you're always going back to the same location. So before we sign off,
you're exactly right.
Before we sign off for the PGA talk here, the Champions Tour, I wish you all the best. And I got a quick hot topic question about Nick Dunlap. What would you do if you won as an amateur? Would you turn pro? Would you stay in college? Especially with all the money that's available right now and all the opportunities. What would you do in his shoes?
It's not as easy as what people think, because you don't get those college years back. And those experiences and playing with your college team. I won a national championship at Wake Forest, and it's one of my highlights of my life because it's so unattainable. I mean, it's, we won in 0.0001% of, college golfers win a national championship. So, but in his instance, absolutely turn pro,
Yes.
and
there you go,
and ride the wave and ride the wave and take advantage of your great golf,
Yeah.
So if you had that opportunity, go right to it.
I would do the same. And one fun question, Len, who do you think Trump's going to pick for his VP?
Oh boy.
It's talk of the country up here. They're all speculating, but
I know.
You're right in form.
Okay, so here's the deal. I think that Mike Pompeo and Tim Scott are great choices, great picks. But inside information for me, believe it or not, is that he's going to pick Nikki Haley.
Really?
Yeah. So
really?
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting. It's fun to watch. It's we're all talking up here about what's going to happen. And I saw something in the news the other night. A gentleman says he knows, but he can't say, and it's someone that we're not talking about. And I think you make a good point there, Len. That no one's talking about Nikki Haley right now, but
it's a
Pompeo's
very
a good
interesting. The whole thing is wide open, but really not, because he knows that he's got to pick someone that on a dime can be the president of the United States in case of a tragic thing happening. So that doesn't really, it's not a lot of people that can be in that position.
I would love to see Vivek be his right hand man, but that's my opinion. Len, it's such a pleasure for you to share your time with us and this great cause ahead of yourself and put the Len Mattiace Foundation forward. It's a great cause. So check out the Len Mattiace Foundation, either on the website. You could follow Len on Twitter or X at Len Mattiace for all your updates. And until next time, hopefully we get that round in. We're coming to Florida soon to do some content. So we'll
let me know. We'll make it work.
Sounds good, Len. Yeah, thanks again for your time, and we'll be in touch soon.
See you.
Take care.
All right.